What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to more Dead by Daylight. In today's video, we are going to be checking out the developer update for August 2025. But before we get right into it, let's go and check out what Behavior had to say on social media. They said, dig into the changes coming in the next week's 9.2.0 PTB, slugging reduction update, tunneling reduction update, the shape update, that's a big one, the clown plus the ghoul adjustments, and more. Giving us the links to the forums and Reddit. So let's go and check it out. Alright, boys and girls, here we go, the developer update for August. Let's go ahead and get started. Right down here, it does say the 9.2.0 update arrives next week. So let's check out the notable gameplay changes you can expect from the public test build. Plus, stay tuned for next week's PTB patch notes, where we'll share the precise values that are changing for each of the topics below. Read on for all the details. So first up, new features. We have the slugging reduction update. A lot of people have been talking about slugging and that it needs a major change. So let's go and check this out right here. It says if a survivor is left in dying state for a total of 90 seconds during a match, they gain the ability to pick themselves up after fully recovering. Added the option to enable or disable this mechanic in custom games. Note, perks that enable you to recover from the dying state, like Boon Exponential, will continue to function as before without needing to meet this requirement. Gradually increases crawling speed for survivors who are left in the dying state. Added the ability to for survivors to recover while crawling. Recovery now occurs passively with no need to hold a button. Updated several survivor and killer perks to account for these changes. Now you can see right here, they kind of give us a little clip, kind of like showing how it's gonna work, what's going on. Kind of reminds me just of whenever you're on Hook, right? When it comes to just Hook camping, just kind of builds up. Passive recovery while crawling, and there we go. We get a little example. Picks themselves up and just vaults over here. That's kind of crazy, man. DVD has changed so much throughout the years. It's nuts. But let's go ahead and keep going. It says pick yourself up if you've been in the dying state for 90 seconds. Dev note. When it comes to slugging, we know it can be frustrating if you're on the receiving end of it too often or for too long. But we also know that sometimes it's the smart move. This updated system acknowledges this, allowing the killer to slug occasionally when they feel like it's the right call, but will eventually kick in and swing in the survivor's favor if slugging is used excessively. A big part of this is also about making the experience of being slugged more pleasant, as much as being slugged can be, at least. The recovery changes and crawling speed will give you a bit more agency when down, so you aren't just holding a button and waiting for someone to come save you. So there it is. That's it when it comes to the slugging reduction update. Let's go ahead and keep it going. Another major update here, tunneling reduction update. When a survivor is hooked, their hook status is hidden from the killer. When they're unhooked, there is no notification and their hook status isn't revealed immediately. That's crazy. Alright, let's keep it going. It says that this is disabled once all generators are completed. Unhooked survivors gain the following effects for a limited time: haste, endurance, and elusive. See below status effects. Okay. No collision with other players, both killer and survivor. Immunity to killer instinct and sees the killer's aura nearby. These effects are lost when the affected survivor perform a conspicuous action. All these effects except haste and endurance are disabled once all generators are completed. Added a unique effect to the killer hook state UI that indicates the last survivor they hooked. After completing a unique hook, the same survivor is not hooked consecutively. Killers get the following benefits: bonus damage for the next generator kick, temporary haste effect, temporarily reveal survivors. Think base kit, barbecue, and chili. That is crazy. That have less or equal hook states to the hook survivor. These effects are slightly lessened for the Blight, the Dark Lord, the Ghoul, the Hillbilly, and the Nurse. These effects are disabled once all generators are completed. Added new effects that I can't read, tunneling. If a survivor dies before 6 total hook states, all remaining survivors gain a repair speed bonus for the rest of the trial. If the survivor that was last hooked is sacrificed or killed, generators cannot be regressed or blocked. Added the option to enable or disable these new mechanics in custom games. Updated several survivor and killer perks to account for these changes. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, that's a lot of reading, but there is a dev note right down here. It does say, it's no secret that tunneling can be seen as an efficient way to play for killers. While this can be true, it's also true that the results of this can be frustrating for survivors, leading to trials ending too quickly for some, while leaving others to fend for themselves in a match that is now more difficult. The intention here is for both roles to feel the benefits and incentives that come from spreading hook states. On the one end, survivors have better opportunities to evade and reset after unhooks, while also limiting those tough situations that they're losing a survivor too quickly causes things to go south quickly and snowball. On the other end, killers are able to apply more map pressure to push back against efficient teams, covering ground post-hook and strengthening gen regression. That was a lot. That was a lot to read. My goodness, dude. My goodness. When it comes to slugging and when it comes to tunneling reduction, dude, this is a lot. This is a lot to take in for sure. Oops. It is a lot to take in. It's something we're just gonna have to go in game, figure out exactly how this works ourselves, right? Just jump right in and just figure it out. So that's what we're going to be doing. Next up is going to be Elusive Status Effect. Medium update. Added a new status effect that silences grunts and pain and suppresses survivors' aura, pools of blood, and scratch marks. So basically everything. Dev note, to start, we'll be using this new status effect as part of the tunneling reduction update, but plan to integrate this into relevant existing perks down the road to make their description more streamlined. Arguably, the easiest way to look at this is a survivor version of Undetectable, and that, when it's active, you know you are in stealth mode. Okay, it's a brand new status effect right here, kind of crazy. Next up, let's go ahead and keep going. It says the Tomes lore update. A lot of people have been talking about this. I've seen a lot of people just constantly complaining to behavior. Where's the lore? What's going on? You know? So let's go ahead and check this out. It says updated the Tomes menu to feature new tomes and accompanying lore alongside each chapter release. New lore is unlocked each week within the active tome. Dev note, ever since we reworked the tome, we've seen how much you've yearned for more lore. We're happy to share that beginning with 9.2.0, lore is back. While previously, lore was tied to challenges, we want all players to have a chance to immerse themselves in these stories, so we've shifted to a weekly unlock, not linked to any quest completion. Okay, there we go. Quick little update when it comes to lore. And, oh my god, I gotta prep myself for this next section right here. We have the Shape Major update. This is huge. This is huge. This is massive. All right, let's go and get started. It says replaced Evil Within with 2 modes that can be toggled with a button press. That's already a lot for me. Stalker mode, 4.2 movement speed, undetectable, and can stalk survivors. Pursuer mode, 4.6 movement speed, 24 meters terror radius, increased vault speed, bonus to lunge range, break speed, and stun recovery, and cannot stalk survivors. Once the stalk meter is full, Evil Incarnate mode can be triggered at will, granting the following effects for a limited time. Note, survivors no longer become exposed. What? Okay. What? Okay. Let's go and continue. It says 4.6 movement speed, 40 meter terror radius, and an increased vault speed. Unlock Slaughtering Strike ability. Hold the power button to charge this ability, reducing movement speed. Press the attack button while charging to quickly lunge forward, adjusting your angle as you move. The length of the lunge depends on the charge time. If a survivor enters the killer's attack range while lunging, they are knocked into the dying state. This ability can also be used to destroy pallets. Unlocks the ability to grab and kill or perform a regular mori on survivors who would die the next time they are hooked. Adjusted some of the mechanics of stalking, remove the limited pool of stock points per survivor, reduce stock range to 32 meters, and remove distance modifier. Moving while stalking has increased movement speed but incurs at a reduced stalk rate. Reworked his add-ons. Guys, shape mains, Myers mains. Let me know what you think about this change down in the comments. Looks like they give us a little example right here. What is that? What is that? Slaughtering Strike? Bro, Myers got the the Chucky treatment. My goodness. What is that? That's crazy. All right. Slaughtering Strike in action. Dev note: by moving away from linear Evil Within tiers, we wanted to give players more tools they can use to adapt to each trial's unique situations, while keeping the core of what makes him the shape. Slaughtering Strike makes for a high threat offensive attack, offering up an insta-down opportunity with an extended lunge that's particularly effective in loops and for ripping through pallets quickly. Understanding his kit has changed quite a lot. We've done a pass on nearly all his add-ons, reworking many of them to offer more unique effects, then particularly for those who prefer his old playstyle. Vagrant Tuft of Hair will change Evil Incarnate to function like old Myers, offering an exposed effect and no Slaughtering Strike. Stay tuned for patch notes for the full details on these changes. Guys, that is crazy. Oh my god. Myers is a different breed now, okay? Myers is different. He's built different. My goodness. All right. Once again, let me know what you guys think about all these changes down in the comments, okay? Let me know down in the comments. But let's go and keep it going. Actually, hold on one second. Let me mess with the background 1 second. Okay, there we go. That might be a little bit easier to see. But anyway, let's go and keep it going. That is a big change when it comes to Myers. So down here, we do have the clown. He's getting a minor update. It says increased activation time of the Afterpiece Antidote, and also increased how long the Afterpiece Tonic's hindered effect lingers after leaving smoke. Dev note: we've heard your feedback that the clown's easier to activate haste can make instigating and maintaining chases less interactive for survivors. That, coupled with nerfs to his purple bottles, has pushed players towards this frustrating tactic. To make both bottles feel like viable options without being too oppressive, we've adjusted the values of their most impactful qualities to strike a balance between pre 9.1.0 values and live values. So there we go, quick little update when it comes to clown. Next up on the list is the unknown medium update. It says increase the additional time added to weakened when injured by a UVX projectile. Also increase movement speed recovery after teleporting, increased camera vertical range, and adjusted several add-ons. So they give us a little clip right here, kind of showing how it's going to be working. I don't play Unknown enough, man. I just know whenever I play Survivor and go up against Unknown, I always have a bad time. I hate going up against Unknown players. Right down here, it does say increase vertical camera range in action. Dev note: the Unknown is largely considered to be fun to play as and against, and we want to preserve that while adapting to the current state of gameplay. We buffed the UVX slightly while also taking what we learned from the animatronic to allow for orbitals, improving UVX aiming, and making for even more fun gameplay. It's also likely no surprise that blurry photo is the most used add-on for the Unknown, given the importance of speed recovery. To help create an opportunity for more add-on experimentation, we converted a portion of his add-on into the base kit buff, while also doing a pass on other add-ons that are due for some adjustments. So there we go. Unknown mains, you as well. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Oh, Dark Lord is also getting an update. It says right here, vampire form, slightly reduced hellfire cooldown, increased total hellfire pillars by 1. Okay. It reduced hellfire charge movement speed, slightly increased slowdown time after casting hellfire. Wolf form, increased pounce attack charge time, increased scent orb spawn time. Okay. And when it comes to the bat form down here, it does say increase movement friction to make flying easier to control, and adjusted his add-ons. There's a dev note saying vampire form is slightly less suppressive in short loops where movement slowdown had less of an impact, and toning down wolf form's mobility, which has been outclassing some dash killers. On the flip side, you'll find bat form easier to control in tighter spaces and can use hellfire slightly more frequently and reach further with it. Next up on the list, we have the ghoul getting a medium update. It says when grabbing a survivor on the other side of a vault with Kagane Leap, the survivor is released at the start of the ghoul's vault instead at the end. It's no secret that it's been a common pain for survivors to be locked in place when hit with a Kagane Leap grab attack across a vault. Survivors shouldn't have to wait for the ghoul to finish their vault before being able to move again, so we've removed this tech. Another killer I hate going up against. The ghoul is just ridiculously strong in my opinion, and man, oh my god, I feel like I just have this group of killers that I just hate going up against, and I just know I'm gonna have a bad time. Nurse, Spirit, Ghoul. The unknown is iffy, but my goodness, I hate going up against the Ghoul. And next up, we have the Oni getting a minor update. It says hooking a survivor now spawns more blood orbs. Dev note: we understand that with the changes we're making to address slugging, this will impact the Oni slightly, so we want to mitigate this by turning hooked survivors into a greater source of power gauge buildup. The Oni is rewarded with more quickly snowballing power by hooking. Next up, we have perk updates. Actually, we just went through the whole thing. My goodness. All right, last up, the final section of these dev notes right here is perk updates. It says updated various perks. Dev note: in addition to the general perk balance updates you can expect each release, we've also made a number of adjustments to account for the new systems coming to DVD this update, specifically relating to slugging and tunneling. Stay tuned next Tuesday for the PTB live balance preview on Discord, where we'll dig into the details of these perk changes and then follow that up with patch notes, where you can find the nitty-gritty numbers. Until next time, the Dead by Daylight team. So there you guys have it, the developer update for the month of August. I know there's a lot of changes. I know it's a lot to take in. Like I said before, this is all changes that we're just gonna have to go in game and kind of figure out how they really work. It's a lot. It's a lot. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know if you like it, if you hate it, what you're looking forward to the most. Let me know down in the comments. That's gonna do it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Definitely does help a lot. Follow me on Twitch if you guys want to see any DVD action live. And I'll see y'all next video maker, right?